This is Mr. Bill. This bike came from Kalamazoo, Michigan, was sold in Kalamazoo, Michigan since brand new. Be sure to click down on the description page. We're going to have a link to a lot of photos of this machine and to the video when it was originally found. And it's called Mr. Bill because Mr. Bill owned it. He bought it in '61 from his best friend who bought it from the original owner. They're all buddies who rode it about 1,000 miles and sold it to his best friend. So it's titled my name now, but the title I got with it originally was titled in '61 from Michigan. And it's a beautiful original paint, 47 Knucklehead. In my opinion, it'll clean up an easy 8.5 on a scale of 1 to 10 once it's cleaned up. Now, in 46, 47, it's after the war, they're raising production, there's material shortages, and you can check right in Palmer's. That is a wide strap rear fender, and that is a narrow strap front fender, and a narrow strap or a wide strap in 46 or 47 is perfectly fine. They use both as they needed to, and they ran out of stuff. They still had a lot of the narrow strap material from pre-war, and Harley did not throw stuff out. No manufacturer does. They're not going to throw it out and go, screw that. It didn't happen. It still doesn't happen. It is absolutely all original. The turn signal kit is Harley Davidson. In the 60s, Michigan passed a law that says everything must have turn signals. And so Mr. Bill, obeying the law, went down and bought a Harley Davidson turn signal kit and had it installed on his Knucklehead. You gotta remember, in the 60s, this was about a $300 motorcycle on a good day. Although that was a lot of money. And even in the 60s, you could actually get brand new long stem spotlights. Brand new. So this here is a Chicago Motorcycle Supply bracket and Harley Davidson turn signal kit with Harley Davidson guide long stem spotlights. This here is a throttle control, an aftermarket accessory from, I'm assuming, the 60s or 70s. I don't know if anybody's seen another one like it. I haven't. And it appears to have a 70s or 80s aftermarket mirror here and a 60s era mirror here. And I don't have the original Harley Davidson mirrors. Don't feel Harley Davidson on it anywhere. So this is an era aftermarket mirror from the 60s or 70s there. Now, the bike itself, like I said, is in beautiful, beautiful original condition. Just needs to be cleaned up. When I got it, it had never been opened up or gone through, and it fired up right away on the old gas. Luckily, Mr. Bill had put a battery tender on it, and I fired it up with the battery he had and the gas that was in the motor, and it ran. And I took it to El Camino swap meet and rode it around, and I promptly oil failed the spark plugs out, a worn out motor from improper maintenance. So I'll show you the motor and training in a little bit. We'll finish going over the bike here. These gas caps are original caps. They did not come specifically with this bike because my original gas caps that came with this bike are hopefully still in my gas cap box somewhere in that pile of mess waiting for me to move. But these are correct gas caps, and I've taken apart and cleaned them. This one here, to be tight, needs a second leather strip, which happens. Beautiful, beautiful speedo on this bike, beautiful dash. I do not have the magic cover here. I'm missing most of the time. I have most of this bike. It was fairly complete when I got it. It was assembled when I got it. It's a beautiful, beautiful bike, like I said. Now, Mr. Bill, at one time, according to him, let a friend of his ride this bike, and the guy, not knowing how to ride a tank shift, fell over. When that happened, I assume is when the grips happened, but we don't know. But certainly what happened is he put a nice little dent in the tank here and crushed the emblem and destroyed the original upholstery on the original seat. So this seat here is a Dash 47 seat. It is original. It's not restored. I have it full of Picard. I had to literally buy an entire motorcycle just to get that seat. They're very difficult to find in that kind of shape anymore. Nobody wants to sell them to you, or they want a fortune if they have them. So we have put on the correct seat and rear rack there for this bike. You can see we have various bits and pieces here, shifting units and spring for the rocker clutch, and there's the brake unit there. The vast majority of the machine is here. Now, when Mr. Bill put on the turn signals, he converted it to 12 volt. And it came with a 12 volt generator, which has disappeared. And it had a beautiful original 6 volt generator, which Duncan told me he needed to use on another bike. Personally, I think he just stole it because I never saw it on another bike. But anyhow, we have another 3-brush correct generator here. And we have the original air cleaner here. Beautiful air cleaner off the bike. And Duncan has rebuilt the transmission and the motor using my special goo to bring back the original plating. And it appears he's done a very nice job on the motor and tranny. So all the original stuff. And again, this is all the original plating on the motor. And the transmission, M35 carburetor. Beautiful rocker covers. And this is a higher 47 knuckle production. I have not been able to actually document any 47s with a higher than mid 12,000 motor number. And nowadays, I'm discovering there's so many renumber jobs without documentation on original paint bike. I'm just not buying it. But this is real. This is absolutely real. This is the exhaust that came with it. Mr. Bill told me when this bike was sold new, it had a fishtail on the end, but it fell off. Well, it broke off. And it's a matching belly number bike. This is a nice original petcock. I have no idea if this is the one I pulled out of the tank or not, but it's a very nice one. This is the rear seat assembly pieces over there. Here's another box of stuff that I got back from Duncan. I didn't count every nut and bolt, but what is there is what I have of it. And a beautiful tank shift arm, which is not cleaned up, with a nice Sanjay shifter knob there. Now these primary covers came with my blue chassis. The original paint, the inner one does need a little bit of repair. It can be repaired very easily. You'll never see it was totally messed up. And the outer one is original paint, very usable. It'll blend in nicely with the bike. Somewhere over there, maybe I still have the ones that came off of it, but anyhow, this is what goes with the machine. Assuming I ever sell it. Until it is sold, it is not sold. And I'm contemplating whether I sell it or not, which is why I'm making this video. And contemplation does not necessarily mean selling. It's contemplation. So be sure to page down for the pictures. We're going to have a full set of pictures along with a link to when the bike was found. And you can compare and hear the story. And I will see you guys on the next video. Hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend. See you soon.